Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. For those of you watching for the first time, welcome. For this show, make sure you keep an open mind because, I'm going to use some words here like war. Yes, there is a war going on in Western civilizations right now by big tech and the media. We're right in the middle of the war, and these ideas can't be fought, with guns. This is a war of ideas and communications, and who controls the communication. You can see that with the deep platforming of Parler and things like that. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, folks. And to put this into perspective, guys, Twitter has even banned the hashtag 1984. Okay, a lot of people have been saying on social media, make Orwell fiction again. 1984 was supposed to be a work of fiction, not a playbook, and it seems to be the playbook. And social media has even, like I said, taken to banning the title of Orwell's book, 1984. Well, if there's something they want to hide, I don't know. If they're trying to get your mind off of something, seems pretty obvious to me anyway. But I don't want to. I'm going to talk about a few other things here. I think most of us can agree that, we're all entitled to our own opinions and our own beliefs and, to have a freedom of choice. So what the hell's going on? Why are we so polarized? And, how have we got to this point? And we've got to this point because social media has been using us. Social media has been manipulating people's minds nonstop. And I'll give you an idea of how they do it. There's a movie actually on Netflix called The Social Dilemma, and I don't usually recommend anything for Netflix, but go have a look at it. It'll talk a lot about the algorithms and how they try and keep people in control. But one of the things that condition people, that like button, the comment sections with all the smiley faces and things like that, those are the things that addict people, and I'll tell you exactly how that works. The like button is a little form of positive reinforcement. It's a trigger, and it triggers a small amount of dopamine, like this dopamine hit. Once you get used to seeing that all the time, and it makes you feel good, right? You get a like. You get people saying good things about you. It acts just like a drug. If you don't believe me, well, take your phone away from your kids. Take social media away from your kids for a day. See what happens. And make sure you leave the notifications on. There is no way they will be able to. You could offer them $100. There's no way they'll be able to stay away from their phone. Especially if you leave notifications on and they can hear they're getting messages from their friends. Not a snowball's chance, folks. Really, if you don't believe you're conditioned, think about it from this perspective. If I told you that you should, spend your entire day or a good portion of it looking at stupid stuff on the internet, looking at stupid cat videos, and doing absolutely nothing productive for the majority of your day and your year, and you would waste a lot of times that you could have spent, learning another language or doing something else productive, you'd probably say, not a chance, right? You'd probably not do that. But this is what we do with social media all the time. Most of the videos and things are geared just to keep you addicted and keep you watching for the next stupid, entertaining garbage that you could have actually been doing something else with. So if we put it into that perspective, you probably wouldn't do it. So, but as I mentioned about the like button, this is about, the reinforcement, and in this case, positive reinforcement. And reinforcement needs to be immediate. It needs to be positive or negative, immediate consequences that occur in order for people to change behavior. You can see this with like cigarettes. People don't change their behavior about smoking when you tell them they're going to get cancer 20 years from now. It's not immediate. It doesn't happen right now. When you make that consequence immediate, people will change their behavior. For example, if you were trying to quit smoking and I gave you a pack of cigarettes that was, say, one cigarette in every pack was poisonous and it would kill you, right? If I put one cigarette in every pack, 1 out of 25 chances you're going to die, I'll guarantee you'd quit smoking, right? That's pretty much a no-brainer. But it doesn't even have to be anything that severe. Say I put one cigarette in every pack that, gave you explosive diarrhea. So you had a 1 in 25 chance of shitting yourself if you lit up a cigarette from now on. Do you think you would continue smoking? Probably not. Maybe some stubborn folks would buy adult diapers. I don't know. But I guarantee you that would likely be enough. That immediate negative behavior would be enough to fuel you to quit smoking. Because it's not the physical addiction that keeps us going back for cigarettes. It's actually the social aspect of it. It's the having conversations with people, going out to the smoking area, things like that. That habit. It's those positive habits that people end up or the ones that they perceive as positive anyway, that they end up holding on to. Not the physical addiction when it comes to cigarettes, although it is a big part initially, but long term it's not. So I want to point out that people are addicted to social media, much like with the cigarette, and it's a mental addiction. People get, in studies they've actually shown that people do get this dopamine hit from seeing positive things on their social media. Social media has been playing with the minds of people for years. There's a deliberate assault on free thinking, and the social media companies know all of this information. They know about these tools they can use. That's why the like button pops up. That's why there is not so much of usually you don't see thumbs down. You don't see one on Facebook, right? It's only a like. You can only give a like. You can't give a thumbs down. I guess on YouTube you can. So check out The Social Dilemma. It'll help you out there. Check out the insanity going on right now. And when you see how Trump's been banned off social media, you see all the arguing on social media that's going on. This is all fueled by social media. It's deliberately fueled, and there is an agenda here as to what's going on, and freedom to make choices about things that you hold dear will be gone soon. Think about it for those of us that actually have been in socialist countries, or like I was born in a socialist country. My parents could tell me tons of things about there. They recognize where this country is going and where North America is going, and we're taking some very dangerous steps towards a society like that, where everything is drab, everything is the same, everyone gets the same thing, everyone gets the same item. You get the same shirt. Here's one in gray. We also do things like that in many places, usually prisons, where we dress everybody the same, we give everybody the same food, we give everybody the same things. That's anything but freedom, folks. But of course, your freedom and your right to choose is irrelevant to big tech. They don't care. You can see this with what they did with Parler. They took your ability to choose another carrier, another platform that you could use. No, you can't mess with big tech. It's being taken away from you, and it's being taken away very, very quickly. They're not even making any attempts to hide it anymore. They listen in on everything. Your phone listens in on your conversations. It certainly listens in on anything that you search, through a search engine like Google. Search for a car. Look up Toyota dealerships, and you're going to see Toyota advertisements pop up on all your social media streams. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Everywhere you're going to see Toyota pickup truck ads if you search for a Toyota pickup. How are they doing this? If they're not invading your privacy, you don't believe it? Heck, just talk about things. Your phone will actually pick things up, and then they say it's not listening in, but you know what? I've proven that wrong before when we were having a conversation about something, and immediately all of my social media platforms started advertising for the exact thing that I was talking about. Social media feels that they have the right to shut down free speech. They have the right to decide what speech is right and wrong. Putting all of that power into the hands of a few people is very, very dangerous. Who gets to decide? We've got several small monarchies on free speech through social media. I mean, think, they deplatformed a sitting U.S. president while he was trying to get out a message to tell people to chill out during those protests that were going on. Now, you think they didn't do that intentionally when they saw that that was a message of asking for calm, and they deplatformed and took his message away so that people couldn't see it? Everybody knows that Twitter's, Trump's main platform that he uses for communication, and they took down the message when he asked people to chill out and go home. So, no narrative? I don't know, folks. There definitely is a narrative. I mean, nothing else makes sense, right? It's not a conspiracy theory because nothing else makes sense. I'd be happy to entertain any plausible theory besides, these conspiracy ideas about big tech, because conspiracy doesn't make me feel good about any of it. If there's a rational explanation, I'm ready to hear it. Meanwhile, the politicians sit on their hands. They just say Orange Man bad, and, we're headed towards a dangerous cliff. Even here, our, lovely Prime Minister Trudeau, I won't even get started on that. Big tech no longer even tries to hide their agenda. That's my point. They've deplatformed Parler, removed it from the Play Store, they've removed it from Apple Store. Their servers have been shut down by Amazon. There's several lawsuits going on right now. But, I mean, this is the definition of what conspiracy is and what it looks like. When you have multiple people, working against, some organization, or in this case, they're working against the people, or they're working against Parler, and they're working together. There's no doubt about it. I don't know what else to say, guys, other than how do you fight back? Well, the only way to fight back, watch for Parler. Keep watching. If you're on Twitter, dump Twitter. Get on Parler. Millions of people are. That's why Twitter's shares were taking a nosedive and going down the toilet, because people were dumping it. It was the number one app on the Apple Store. So Amazon wants to protect their 4-year contract with Twitter. This is also why Parler has been knocked off the Amazon servers, because Parler's a direct competitor to Twitter. So I guess Amazon's protecting their interests. But they are being sued. There's some antitrust issues there that are happening. So hopefully this whole Parler fiasco comes to a happy ending. Use alternative apps. There is an alternate to Google as well. Use alternative search engines. Get off the big platforms if you can. There will be, make no mistake, there will be new platforms, alternative platforms to the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Instagrams. These will be popping up very soon. You will start seeing good alternatives to these platforms. And I encourage you to share those ideas with people that you know, friends, family, and that's how you can fight back. Hit them where it counts. Hit them in their pocketbook. Make Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, make them a distant memory of, days gone by of companies that used to exist. Make them irrelevant.